I'm joined once again by Adam McEvoy, manager of Sevenoaks Cardiff Football Club. How are you, Adam?
Hi, Greg. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm well, thank you.
Good. Firstly, another disappointing weekend of results. How does it fare from your point of view?
Yeah, a little bit disappointed to be honest. Certainly, obviously, another 5-game weekend, so we knew we were going to be in for a long weekend of fixtures. Knowing that we're going to be playing West Brom and Northern Thunder, those fixtures were always going to be challenging tests, and obviously they proved to be with some of our more heavy defeats. I think from our point of view and coaching staff at the club, we looked at the other 3 games for trying to pick up points from St George's, Teesside, and Villa Rockets, and to only pick up 1 win out of those 3 and those 2 defeats was really disappointing in comparison to where we want to be.
Yeah, you mentioned the 3 games that you look to get points out of, and to when you get there's 3 points out of the 1 game is disappointing. I suppose with the Villa game, you're at least pleased with the style of performance.
Yeah, so the Villa game was actually from a style and the aesthetics point of view. We looked really good. It's probably the best play of the weekend from our point of view of really trying to move the ball and fashion chances, lacking definitely a little bit of quality in the final third, and that's obviously something that we need to work on. But the wider challenge of trying to be brave, to play with 4 and to try and move the ball, break lines and play forward where we can, that was definitely the best efforts that we put in the weekend, and probably one of the better games of the season. Just to lose 1-0 to an own goal was really unfortunate, and probably a little bit of bad positional setup from our point of view defensively. But I was really pleased and happy with how the guys tried to continue to try and be positive. And as I say, we just lacked that little bit of quality to try and get something out of it, unfortunately.
You mentioned another 5-game weekend. How much do you think the fatigue element started to play a point, maybe at some point across, especially the Saturday game we were first game and last game?
Yeah, I mean, 3-game days are never nice because you know you're going to be up really early. You've got your game in the middle, and then you know that rather than finishing and getting the chance to relax and switch off, you're going to have a 4:45 3rd game of the day. So fatigue is always a conscious part of, in my mind, of when it comes to squad selection and trying to see where we're at and who the opponents are. You know, we're trying to come away with a positive result. So it's never a great weekend, but we know that they're there anyway. You know, you're going to get a couple of 5-game weekends anyway. To have 2 on the spin at the start of the season, not best, but that's just the way that the fixtures fell. So after those 10 games, we know we've got 12 left to really try and crack on and pick up some much needed points and improve the performances.
You mentioned we're almost nearly at the halfway point now to the season. You look at the table, 10 games in, 97 points, and crucially, the thing is only 2 goals scored. Going into the second half of the season, how much are you hoping that the team starts to kick on and take confidence in performance where they haven't quite got the points, but look to try and get points on the table?
Yeah, of course. I mean, as I say, that some of the play's been really, really promising. It's just maybe that little bit of quality, a little bit of luck at times as well. In the final third, we did have some occasions where we were getting close and shots just rolling wide, good saves from the keeper or getting blocked by the defender. So we are making chances. I'd like to see us make more. And then it's just that little bit of quality and finesse maybe in the final third to really put the ball away. But yeah, of course, only scoring 2 goals in 10 games is not great from an attacking point of view. So we've really got to try and pick that up going forward and look to target the teams around us to pick up points over the next 12 games.
Look ahead to Saturday, we're back in regional action. How much do you hope that the team can continue momentum, having now weekends where we've had back-to-back games.
Yeah, it's as always with regional fixtures, they generally tend to come thick and fast after a National League game. So you're getting chucked straight back into action. And I just think we've got to use that as ways to practice some of the movements and the patterns and the set pieces that we've worked on over the weeks gone by to put them into a real life competitive situation and see how they come off. Games are always a challenge. We know that we've got mixtures of teams, mixtures of players, so you lose a little bit of fluidity at times. But it's always nice to try and get back on the horse, so to speak, and get back into games and just try and pick up a little bit of additional experience and confidence through that regional level.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Greg.